When you have any type of success, some people say that you have to remember where you came from. I wasn't sure how to make a subscriber special for this because, firstly, I hit 10K on TikTok, and secondly, I hit 11 years on YouTube. But I'm going to start from the way beginning. So, not the way beginning, but you'll catch my drift. On August 28th, 2013, I opened a channel and I made just random videos and I abandoned it to a new channel so I can make edgier content. That channel is the YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, that's the channel that you've been watching me on. I was just like this edgy kid that just got bullied in school for, you know, like checking out guys in class, and I just was full of rage, and I hated school, and I just needed some place to just vent my frustrations. And I remember that year I got a lot of complaints by the school district. I remember being told like, "Oh, you think you're NWA now?" Because I was going like hardcore, like 50 Cent, Eminem type stuff. So the principal was like, "Oh, you think you're NWA?" Um, I got my stepdad gave me crap for uh, for the videos only after he was watching one and cracking up laughing. So you can see where his morals were. Yeah, if it's not okay by mom, then it's not okay by him. So and my mom had problems with that type of content. I was saying the gay slur. I was pretending to be Eminem and 50 Cent combined. And my mom was like, "Why don't you just speak something real?" So then I got real. Then my mom said, "Why you share that much with the audience?" So I could like never win with her. And I just remember like that entire year I just got shit because I pissed off one guy. I told him it was probably other people too that came in, but at the time I thought that it was just this one guy that I said, "Hey, this sucks." I told him his song sucked, and I thought he got a bunch of people to hate on me, but no, it was probably just a bunch of people. I was doing a lot of Eminem covers and stuff like that. Um, I was just a kid that wanted to get big because I was scared to grow up. I was 17 when I started the channel, so 17, 18. I was scared of to graduate and start real life. And senior year was really hard on me. It was one of the hardest years. Um, I was in and out of the mental hospital probably like two times, just because of either breakups or just stressed out at school. I had a place to vent. I had a place to just get it off my chest. But then people were still hating because they didn't understand. They just saw this edgy kid saying, the gay slur and stuff. But like, meanwhile, back in high school, I was called it every day, and that was just a word that Eminem used. So uh, I think in the right context, it doesn't matter, but that's with anything. That's another subject. So I added comedy to it. I started making some comedy. Um, Not many people watched it. There was a select few that watched it. In fact, there's probably just a select few of people on each like point. Um, Looking back, I guess they're kind of funny, but just knowing what I do now, it's obviously I know I can do better if I redid all of them. But uh, I lost my mom during that time. I was 19. I was going to college. Um, I just, I, I was working. I just, I felt like I had no balance with my life at all. I had like no time for any fun. It's like either I was in college taking a class or I was off to work, and like, and then my mom passes away. Then just like I ended up fired from my job because I told the manager to fuck off. He was like down my throat all the fucking night. I did all my work early. I got everything done early, like I usually did, because I was one of their best employees. But God forbid, I just want to stand with the rest of them, slacking off, like an equal. But no, for some reason, I had to keep working while the cashier could stop and talk, and the manager can pull out his phone and look at shit. So yeah, I got really pissed off about that. I feel like I wasn't being treated fairly. So this was about, this was like the first year when I was about 20, when the first year without my mom, I really was not in the mood for any shenanigans, and I ended up fired. I cried in my car. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, usually when you're young, 19, 20, you think like the end of the world happened after like you get fired, or a breakup happens. Like, you're still in that kind of teenage mindset. But during the time on my channel, I just remember I just started making more serious music at that time. And I started a little thing called rap reviews about a year later, which I would review somebody's music and give them a spotlight. It's probably my least favorite time that I ever was on YouTube. We'll get to TikTok, trust me. I'm just you wanted a special. Here's where I came from. So I was still doing those comedies. I had a bit more people watching me from the rap reviews, and it got so suffocating that, like, about 3 years later, I just quit. I was gonna quit YouTube entirely, but I was just like, I everyone there was just for the reviews, of course. I had this one person tell me, "Oh, you'll get more subscribers if you do this," and then he's the first one to get the rap review, of course. And yeah, type of dude that I texted him about something. He was trying to sneak diss me on Facebook. I'm like, bro, let's talk it out in the DMs. I fucking blocked his ass. I'm like, you. That's not how you treat your friend. Um. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of people, but it was great at first. But then it's just like, oh shit, everyone's just using me. So I'm like, I just I had to stop. I was still working on my music. You know, I I didn't get any. I didn't send it to any reactors yet, but that's what's coming up. Still doing the comedies. I'd say I was about 23, uh, 21, 23. 23 was a huge year for me because um I I don't know. It was just like a transitional age. Like, um 23 was just like, I'm lost. I'm still lost. I'm still doing the same shit. Like, I stopped working around 21 because I couldn't take it mentally because of my autism and my five other diagnoses, like at least four other diagnoses. I'm not kidding. So when, yeah, people tell me like, "Oh, this affecting your work." I'm like, "Bro, I'm disabled." Like, I'm not it's not going to affect my work. Trust me. Um So it was a couple of years after that I was just kind of lost. Um, was that and then um the worst thing happened. COVID hit about, of course, 2020. I learned who my true friends were during that time. I had like one legitimate friend, and she didn't talk to me for about a whole year during that time. So I was completely alone. That's around the time I met Timothy, my friend. But that was the time I was very depressed, very cynical, just. And then that's when people started reacting to my music. And I just started hearing, like, you know, you have potential, or, I would. They didn't realize I was rapping for 5 years, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, this is pretty good for when if you just started out." And like it was just, it was awful. As like my dreams were being like crushed at the same time. My friendships that I thought I had were being crushed as well. Like everything was just falling apart, and yeah, I thought about ending it all again. Um, some of those mental hospital stays were from that. I'm trying to keep it more like, you know, I'm not trying to scare anyone. I've been stable for a good long time, so um, even if those thoughts come back, they're not as serious anymore. But yeah, I thought I had no friends, no talent. I wasted my life just trying at this, and I wanted to just take my car and drown in a lake. I thought there was a lake right next to the therapy place I was going to. I was just I was this close. I was making a goodbye video and everything. Instead, I made a vlog about not ending my life. It's still on YouTube. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna document what it's like having these thoughts and how it is getting over them. But when it alludes to my comedy was kind of always in the back burner because like everyone around me were musicians. I was always around these musicians and reactors that reacted to musicians. And I'm like, hey, can I send some comedy your way? Hey, can I send this? Everybody just wanted music from me pretty much. They like, some of them made exceptions. They're like, okay, yeah, fine. I'll play it, see if anybody likes it. But I never felt quite at home. So 24 actually came out as asexual. Um, that's when I was starting to find myself. Um, it was either 23 or 24. It was like right after the COVID really hit, so I'd say probably 24. And I got my first boyfriend. Uh, I only dated women, so that was a new experience. I was going through all these emotions and stuff. Um, content wise, I just continued to keep going. Nothing really special about this year, just that I came out. Um, but then I I heard about this thing called TikTok, and I'm like, I've just seen what it was like. Like I watched Pyrocynical, and he was making fun of Belle Delphine and like how sexual she was being. So I was like, I don't know. Like it just didn't paint TikTok in a good light, and I just was like, fuck TikTok, you know? I'm like, I was kind of in that mindset. One of my buddies does comedy too, and he's still stuck in that mindset. He's like, man, fuck TikTok. I'm like, bro, it's the future, I'm telling you. But, I'm 28 now, so let's just say 26, 27. When I was about 26 or 27, I started to see that, well, I could actually get somewhere. Probably when I was 26 and on TikTok. I'm like, I had an account. I had to get rid of it because family members like Chinese government or whatever. And then I got a new one, and I was growing a lot more on TikTok than I was on YouTube. And I just saw on YouTube how there were just three or four people for the past like almost 10 years watching my stuff. If one person left, another person took its place and had that three to four people that watched my stuff over and over. And then I went on TikTok and thousands of people got to see my comedy and they loved it. And I felt like, wow. But I loved YouTube so much. It was what I remember watching Leafy is Here and Filthy Frank and just edgelord comedy like that, and how badly I wanted it. But YouTube kind of moved on from that. In fact, the Ad Populous was about when I started. I thought I had monetization and then they took it away from me because they're like, oh no, now you have to have so many subscribers. So like I had like $20 into the $50 that I could have taken for myself. So like I'm just saying, year after year, just YouTube just letting me down. You know, the reactors telling me that um I'm no good at music, and TikTok was just like, you're hilarious, we love you. And I felt like I was stuck in an abusive relationship with YouTube because at the time I loved YouTube more than TikTok. I'm like, YouTube's got my heart. Like I grew up on it. I grew up watching it. All these people that I was inspired by. And my on November 27th, 2014, when I created my channel, most popular people were Filthy Frank and Leafy at the time. So it just didn't feel right to me. It's like the metaphor is I have this new hot woman that loves me that I just don't have my heart in to. My heart's in YouTube. And then the past year, YouTube has been, it's been the worst that it's ever been. Part of me just wants to just stop wasting time on YouTube. Just stop uploading. But I still upload for the few people that still watch there. And hopefully the new people coming from TikTok would want to watch my music. But eventually, YouTube let me down one too many times. Now every video that I put out, I'm lucky if I hit 20 views. And I hit 10K on TikTok recently. And my heart is in TikTok now. I have so many people, they just say, I love your videos and respect me. Just remembering going back to how many people disrespected my music throughout the years and didn't even bat an eye to my comedy. Like, I just felt out of place on YouTube. And then TikTok came around. I'm like, it was great. What really blew me up on TikTok though, I used a little bit of my music background and added some comedy to it. So I started making these short parodies because I have these parodies. I like they come to me naturally throughout the day. I just think of a short parody to something. Like one of my family members does this too, but he wants nothing to do with social media, which I can understand. But someone who wants to be a part of it, I can't understand fully. But yeah, I just made a quick parody of one song, just like one or two lines, uploaded it. It's got over 2 million views now. And then I quickly hit 10K afterwards. It was just like comedy was always my first love. Remember when I said I started a channel before this? If you're watching from my YouTube channel, I mean, I I had a channel before the channel that I use for my main channel now. And I was putting comedy on it. I was doing vlogs, trying to be funny sometimes or just doing whatever I wanted to do. It was kind of just, one of those channels you do whatever you want to do on it and not try to grow it. um, but this success kind of got me bittersweet, to be real, because around the time I hit 10K followers, my YouTube channel hit 11 years. You know, seeing one path open and another path close at the same time is really crazy. When I go from TikTok to YouTube, I'm not talking a couple hundred views more on TikTok. I'm talking like tens of thousands more views that I get on TikTok than I get on YouTube. I was never good at making thumbnails. And I know that probably didn't help anybody to see any of the videos. But when TikTok happened, when that problem was solved, when they just throw it to random people, I didn't have to worry about. In fact, I spend too much time on the thumbnail. Like I'm like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. So it's just crazy. I'm still working on a payment method for TikTok. So I don't have to use my social security number. So I can use it as a business and have a fake name and get the money that way. Um, it just it's just bittersweet because yeah, I'm so happy I finally got an audience to something and I'm on my way. I just it just wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be or what I planned it to be. I know that's how life works. That's how God works. Um, it's just sad. Like it's just sad to see that your YouTube channel is just kind of dead in the water. Like not even remotely successful anymore. Like not at all. Not even the slightest. While meanwhile it's totally the opposite on TikTok. I don't know. So it's just hard. It's like, is this even my dream anymore? Is this what I even wanted? Which it is, but it's just even one guy on TikTok. I every once in a while I'll put some of me I'll put a video of me singing on TikTok instead and try to get people over to YouTube. Um, so I was scared for a while. So I haven't said this until now. I have a strike on my YouTube, and it's for hate speech, and I'm waiting for it for December 25th for it to be taken away. And I'm like, oh, I better not mention that. And I'm like, oh yeah, nobody watches my YouTube. It's like, it just doesn't feel complete. There's like part of me that's still craving success. Yeah, comedy's my first love, and comedy is something that I'm the best at. But I still kind of want that success in the music as well. But just anything, I don't have the time or patience anymore, and it's sad. It's like it's one of my passions too, to make music, and it's just been put to the side because I get all this success. And I know that sounds awful. It's like you should be enjoying your success, but it's like that's not fully what I wanted. I wanted to make music on the side as well. So I don't know. But thank you for the 10K followers if you're watching on TikTok, and thanks for being a real one still watching on YouTube. It means a lot to me. Either one. It just it's easier to stand out more though when you only have a few people watching your music. So I'm just right now I'm just trying to grind on TikTok, and music kind of did a back it's in a back burner because it's like no matter what I do, even if I make these full parodies, no matter what I do, I'm gonna still have people say that you have a monotone voice. You need to have more expression in your voice. You're not on beat, you're rapping off beat. I'm still, no matter where I go, I'm sure that I'm gonna have these people telling me the same things that I've heard for years that I just don't know how to get better at. But I want to do it. I want to have that passion. I want to be like, oh, I'm making all these TikToks, and then I want to drop a song now. But I just didn't have, I don't have, it's almost like I'm kind of mad at the success because it's like, now it's like, all I can enjoy is comedy. I can't even enjoy making a song anymore. Like that part of me is just being ignored. And I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Of course, I'm gonna still make comedy and stuff. I just mean like, I don't. When is it that I'm gonna just scream? Be like, we can't have everything, right? I mean, I I'm grateful that I have any success at all. So I know I should be grateful, but it's just part of me that feels like it died. And I just seen that dead channel just every single day, just dead in the water, just makes me sad. And I know I'd rather, I'm glad I have success, and I'd rather have the success how it is, but it's still kind of sad to see. So hopefully down the road, I balance things out and hopefully gain some sort of audience on YouTube as well. that wants to hear new songs from me. That mean the world to me. I'm working on a TV show right now. I'm hoping people really fuck with that as well, because it's just like I just have a lot of creative juice in me that's just not being used, and I want to show it. I want to feel motivated again to make music, and I'll get there. But anyway, thank you so much for making my dream come true, each and every one of you, because without YouTube, I wouldn't have gotten the practice that I needed to be ready to blow up on TikTok. So I'm grateful for both of these platforms and everybody who watches me. I hope this makes some sort of 10K special or a 11-year special. Um, because I somebody was like, "Hey, you're making a special," and I'm like, I didn't think about it, but I had it in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, people used to do that, like on YouTube. I'm like, oh yeah. Now it's just like people don't really do that anymore. It's just crazy. They just, I don't know. So I love y'all, and thank you for everything. Thank you for making my dream come true. Each and every one of you. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new. If you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, leave a heart and follow. And I'll see you when you watch me again, metaphorically.